Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are here for the matchup between the Sacred Heart Gremlins and the New Heights Cougars, kicking off at 10 a.m. Actually, just running a few minutes behind. Both teams taking the field. We have a three-man crew today. Sacred Heart is, well, I just was on it and I clicked off. Sacred Heart on the season is 9-3-1. They won last night against Greenwood 1-0. The Cougars are 2-13 on the year. The Cougars are getting into the point of their schedule where they can compete in some of these games. A big injury against New Covenant by Nixon Meningus took us out of that game maybe a little bit before we were expecting. Ended up being a good battle, 2-1 loss. But that New Covenant going forward, our games we feel like we can make a run down the stretch. 10 games left in the season for the Cougars. We feel like we can win as many as 8 of those games. Sacred Heart was the state quarterfinal opponent last season for the Cougars. Cougars went on to the Final Four on the 3-2 victory. Nixon Meningus is back in the lineup today. He's not getting the start, but he is available on the bench. Titus Clevenger on the left side, kind of found a home over there. Clevenger, really nice game against Cassville on Thursday. Controlled possession, really gave us some opportunities in the attack. A little switch up today up top. Ben Schumacher playing as the striker to start out. Jax Dunaway as the attacking mid. Jax Edson as the right wing. And Brandon Schumacher and Lucas Nangle in the defensive mid spots. Cason Hamlin didn't have his shin guards on, so he's ran over to the sideline to get those put on before the opening whistle. Hamlin, the left back. Justin Boney, who's been filling in at center back while Max Anredder is out with an injury. Anredder is here today, but not suited up. Has a hip issue that he's dealing with. Evan Horton, the freshman center back, has found a home there at center back for the Cougars, and Ruben Brake over on the right fullback position. Based on how the Gremlins like to play last year, they really like to play possession to the corners and work the ball across the field. So that'll be a challenge for the Cougars to stay defending wide. All right, opening kick. Schumacher puts it on goal. And the keeper, that's sophomore Jaden Pruitt, able to make the save. And we're underway. Handball called on the restart, or on the punt, as Boney reaches in, tried to head it, but came down to him. Ball over the top. Rush Stewart there, lets it roll out the end line, and it's a goal kick for the Cougars. Number 7. Oh, I don't have their numbers on here. Hey, do you have a pen you could write the numbers of these guys on? All right, back in the middle of the field on the restart. Edson gets a touch to break. Break down the line. Did you have a pen? Okay, thank you. Out of play, and the throw in for the Gremlins. Dunaway wins it on the sideline, being defended by number 11. Dunaway up ahead to Schumacher on the run. Ball deflected, number 13 shielding into the box and swept away. All the way back to Ruben Brake, one touch into Nangle. Nangle turns to look for an option. Stolen away in the midfield by number 11. Schumacher comes to pressure, number 11 wide down the line. Brake there to defend. Ball deflected and out of play, throw in for the Gremlins. Illegal throw call on the throw-in attempt, and it's back to the Cougars in the defensive third. Throw in down the line. Edson and Dunaway there. Stolen by the Gremlins. Into the attack for number 7. Horton steps, deflects the ball, number 7 back on it. Played wide and down the line. Nangle sweeps it to the sideline, and it's a throw-in for the Gremlins in the corner. Ball into the corner. Thank you. Breaks there to sweep it away. And out the sideline, another throw for the Gremlins. Number 5, Carson bench there. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all the way down at the end. Fouled by Nangle. Number 7, Gabriel Malakari, the senior forward, gets fouled. It'll be a free kick for the Gremlins in a dangerous spot. Carson bench, the sophomore left back, coming down to take the free kick. Cougars in a man setup. Three-man wall. Carson bench there, now ready to take the kick. Spinning ball across. Brandon Schumacher there to head it away. Breaks, able to clear it out the sideline. It'll be a throw for the Gremlins. Bench all the way down, take the throw. Challenged by Nangle from behind on number 11. Actually, that's number 10, Giovanni Cardenas. Connected to number 11, Colt Canardi. Ball sent across. Clevenger steps in to challenge. Shot taken by Colt Canardi. Ball deflected by the Cougars, and Rush Stewart's able to pick it up. Outlet to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger plays it over the top for Schumacher on the run. Schumacher being defended by Max Van Leer. Van Leer is able to win it and clear it out, but Clevenger's right there to track it back. Clevenger on the run, cuts it back into the middle. Clevenger all the way in, gets into the box. Deflected by number 8, that's Noah Domlo. Nangle steps in, chips it up into the air. And the keeper, Jaden Pruitt's able to get it. Pruitt from the top of the box, side spinning ball to the middle. Hamlin lets it bounce. Boney comes in and heads it back into the traffic. And it's a throw in on the near side as it's cleared away by the Gremlins. Drop back to Clevenger. All the way back to Stewart in the goal. Stewart one touch to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger tries to chip it down the line, but out of play. A throw for the Gremlins. Number 8, Noah Domlo there to take the throw. Spinning ball into the box. Challenge. Boney's there to shield. Stewart comes out. Ball's loose and gets knocked out the end line. And it's a corner kick upcoming for the Gremlins. Had several situations like that with Boney and Stewart where there's just a miscommunication on what to do. Boney trying to shield while Stewart's hanging back. They just got to talk, got to decide what to do. Okay, again, man marking at the top of the box. Clevenger and Horton on the post. Ball sent across backside, goes over the top. Number 7, Malakari there to keep it in. Cuts it back going down the line. Nangle steps in to deflect. Ball's loose in the middle for Hiladic. Schumacher gets it to his brother Ben, leaves it for Brandon on the run. Ben looks to play Brandon through on the overlap. Number 5, Carson bench there to defend. Brandon Schumacher steals. Schumacher into the attack. Goes down at the corner of the box. No foul called. Nangle comes in on the tackle. And out of play. Throw in for. Keep it up, Brandon. Let's go. Throw in for the Cougars. Break into Ben Schumacher. Schumacher drop back to break. Break with space. Plays it across the middle for Hamlin on the run. Settled by number 12. That's Logan Howell. Howell drop back to the back. Noah Domlo plays it down the line, and and out of play on the near side, throw in for the Cougars. Nixon Meningus checking in, making his first appearance since the New Covenant game where he went out just a minute in with the leg injury. Meningus wearing a brace on that left leg. Back to the action. Hamlin takes the throw in. First touch by Logan Howell off the shoulder. Hamlin tries to send it ahead. Touched by Hiladic. Far side break, steals, chips it over the top for Meningus. Meningus gets a touch ahead. Carson Bench defending Meningus' pass. Plays it into the middle for Ben Schumacher. Lets it run for Dunaway. Dunaway with a strike with the left. And just wide of the frame. Goal kick upcoming for the Gremlins.
That's good. Hey, keep it in, White. Let's go.
Good attacking opportunity for the Cougars.
Win a ball. Let's go.
Jaden Pruitt there. Back to the middle of the field on the kick. Number 7, Malakari chips it in the middle. Boney sends it back. Hiladic over to number 11, Canardi, who plays it across the field. Meningus comes in and makes the challenge. Ball deflected off the Gremlins, and it's a throw-in for the Cougars. Ruben Break there to take the throw into Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher on the ground. Stolen by the Gremlins. Number 22 over Hiladic over across the field. Hamlin gets the steal, gets it to Dunaway. Clevenger takes the shot near post, and Pruitt with a nice diving save. Pruitt ball in hand. Pruitt holding his right chest as he had to go to the ground pretty hard to make that save. Ball in the middle of the field. Malakari first to touch. Nangle gets back to it, plays it wide to Meningus. Being defended by Logan Howell. Meningus plays it into Ben Schumacher on the run. Max Van Leer there to defend. Van Leer and Schumacher challenge for the ball. Knocked off of Schumacher. Throw in for the Gremlins after the substitution. Number 5, Carson Bench subs out of the game as number 14 subs in. Max Van Leer. I'm sorry, that was number 12. Logan Howell clears it away. Horton gets to it, plays it down the line, but out of play. And a throw for the Gremlins. Ball in, Meningus wins it with his chest, plays it back into space in the middle of the field. Number 4, Cash Canardi there, lets it roll all the way to Pruitt at the top of the box to pick up. Pruitt with a quick punt, low ball. Bounces through the first line, Nangles there, clips it wide to Meningus. Meningus with his chest, settles, looking for an option. Plays it over to Break on the back line. Break with a touch to space in the middle, looking for Dunaway on the run. Dunaway touched wide to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher shaping to get in position to send it across. Schumacher makes a move on number 12, Howell. Plays it across the box and swept away by Cash Canardi. And it's a throw in for the Cougars. Hey, what's number 14's name? Back to Meningus. Meningus gets a strike all the way into Pruitt. He's able to pick up the rolling ball. Pruitt back to the top of the box. Side spinning ball to the near side. Gipper Lodick there to receive. Hamlin steals. Hamlin touches the near side as he carries up ahead. Hamlin on the run, plays it across into the box. Nobody there to connect. Pruitt punts it back away. Big ball over the top. Boney's there first, able to settle with his feet. Over to Hamlin. Hamlin, nice turn. Plays it wide to Clevenger on the near side. Dunaway making the run. Clevenger looking across, finds Meningus in the middle. Ball challenged by Howell, able to win it up to Van Leer. Max Van Leer in the middle of the field making a run. Over to Colt Canardi. Canardi with the left down the line. Hamlin's there, or Horton's there to steal. Stolen back by Colt Canardi. Connected to Malakari. And shot over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Stewart takes the side spinning goal kick. First touch by Loddick. Giovanni Cardenas with the ball, number 10. Over to Robert Loddick. Back to the back line in Howell. Howell across the field to Van Leer. One more to Cash Canardi. To the near side, Clevenger goes for the steal, able to get it through to Loddick. Loddick on the connection with Colt Canardi. Loddick to the corner, deflected by Dunaway. Dunaway is able to keep it in and sweep it to the sideline for a throw-in for the Gremlins.
Hey, big throw, White, big throw.
Number 8, Noah Domlo down to take the throw. Big throw into the box. Goes through the first line. Break is there to sweep it away with his left. Ball high into the air. Challenge in the middle of the field. Brandon Schumacher comes away with it. Schumacher carrying, waiting for Meningus to make the run. Plays it back into the middle, deflected in the air by Colt Canardi. To the far side, Meningus and Howell challenge for the ball. Howell heads it into the air and out of play, and it's a throw for the Cougars. Break takes the throw. Howell there to touch, and knocked out of play again, Cougars throw. Ruben Break there, big throw into the middle. Ben Schumacher and Max Van Leer there. Ball falls away as Cash Canardi clears it. Justin Boney in the middle of the field with his chest to settle. Plays it to the near side. Hamlin and Clevenger. Clevenger covers behind as Hamlin makes the run to the corner. Hamlin back to Clevenger. Nice touch to keep it in play. Back into the middle of the field for Dunaway. The wind's picked up here as Dunaway plays it across in the middle for Nangle. Nangle finds Brandon Schumacher trying to turn. Schumacher being challenged by Howell. Ball's loose, falls to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher drops all the way back to Ruben Break. Break gets a touch to the sideline with some space. Plays it across and not on frame. Goes out the end line. Goal kick for the Gremlins. 15 minutes into this first half, no score yet. Cougars have had a few opportunities to put shots on frame. Jaden Pruitt, the goalkeeper, takes the kick. Side spinning ball, line drive to the far side. First touch by number 15, Wyatt Domlo. Domlo up ahead to Malakari. Knocked out of play and a throw in for the Gremlins. Howell takes the throw. Heavy touch. Meningus is able to step in and steal. Gets it to Nangle. One more to Dunaway. Dunaway on the ground, but not off the mark as Van Leer sweeps it back into the middle. Nangle gets a touch on it as Boney clears. Back into the middle of the field, won by Cash Canardi. To the near side for Cooper Loddick. Clevenger, nice steal as he comes in to help. Clevenger looking for the switch up to Meningus. Meningus steps in, gets a touch on it, into the attack, but Pruitt's right there at the top of the box to scoop it up for the Gremlins. Jaden Pruitt punts it back into the middle of the field, knuckleball all the way to the back line. Boney heads it away. Meningus tracking back to win it. Logan Howell there with pressure. Ball in the middle. Ben Schumacher's able to get to it. Schumacher back to Meningus as he drops to space. Meningus looking for an option, plays it all the way back to Stewart. Stewart giving space. Makes a one touch to Horton. Horton has time. Horton challenged by number 15, Wyatt Domlo, and has to clear it out the sideline, throw in for the Gremlins. Gremlins take the throw into the corner. That's number 10, Cardenas. Sent across by Powell. Boney's able to clear, gets to Clevenger. Clevenger, Pruitt at the top of the box, tries to sweep it away. Pruitt's out of the box if we can get control. All the way back to Boney. Good job by the Gremlins to clear that out of trouble. Ball in by Hamlin, and Cash Canardi clears it out the sideline. Clevenger drops it for Hamlin to take the throw. Hamlin into Clevenger. Stolen away by Domlo. Clevenger wins it back. Domelo in front. Clevenger making the touch to the corner. Still on the ball. Nice move by Clevenger to get across. Plays it in. Nixon Meningus on the run. Powell there to win it. Or back to Meningus, or to Clevenger, I'm sorry. And deflected by the Gremlins back to Clevenger. Clevenger drops to Dunaway. Dunaway has time. Plays it, driving ball in. Schumacher gets a touch. Ben Schumacher, that is, cleared away by Cash Canardi. Breaks, settles, gives it to Nangle. Nangle wants a strike, and Pruitt's right there to receive it out of the air.
Hey, looking good, White. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Pruitt with another punt to the middle of the field. Boney steps up. Malakari there. Ball goes to the wide side, possessed by the Gremlins. Number 7, Malakari plays it down the line into the corner for number 15, Wyatt Domlo. And out of play, throw in for the Cougars. Ribbon break takes the throw, stolen away by Colt Canardi. Ben Schumacher tracks back to win it, plays it across the field to Dunaway. Dunaway connecting to Brandon Schumacher in the midfield. Schumacher with room in front, looking to play Clevenger. Looking to play Clevenger through. Number 8, Noah Domlo is able to step and win it. Challenge for the ball. Domlo clears away. Back to Boney as he gets it to Hamlin. Hamlin attacking. Hamlin with number 10, Cardenas, on his hip. And Noah Domlo able to clear it away. Hamlin challenging for the ball. Able to get through the challenge as Noah Domlo deflects. Hamlin still fighting for it. Domlo with a touch to the end line and then plays it out the sideline. It'll be a throw for the Cougars deep in the corner. Hamlin takes a throw into Clevenger, and Clevenger needs it out of play. Throw in back to the Gremlins. Noah Domlo there to take the throw. Domlo down the line, spinning ball back into play. Goes through. Number 9 got the header. Up to Clevenger by Boney. Clevenger settles it with his chest, tries to get through the challenge. Cardenas comes in the challenge. Dunaway heads it back into the middle. Ball off number 9's shoulder. Max Van Leer comes in, clears it. Nixon Meningus there to settle, gets it to Horton. Horton looking at his options, plays it in the middle for Brandon Schumacher, late to step, and Cash Canardi clears it to the sideline. Ribbon break there to take the throw for the Cougars. Meningus gets a touch up ahead. Max Van Leer has time, opens up to settle, plays a driving ball down the line, and that spins out of play, throw in back to the Cougars. Gremlins back to the ball. Cardenas to the near side. Hamlin, nice step to win it. Hamlin stepping over the ball, trying to turn. And number 9 through the back, no foul called. Noah Domlo drops back to Cash Canardi, all the way back to Pruitt in the box. Switch of the field to Powell. I'm sorry, to Howell, Logan Howell. Looks like that ball was out of play, and back to the Cougars throw. Good minutes by Nixon Meningus as he subs out Jax Edson back in the game for the Cougars. Room break with a throw into Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher's able to settle it down, looking for an option, drops it back to Nangle. He has pressure from behind. Nangle chips it through, but Colt Canardi is there to deflect. Back to Nangle as he drops to Boney. Boney all the way back to Stewart. Stewart back to the middle of the field. Brandon Schumacher with his shoulder. Trapped down by Colt Canardi. Ball through. Hamlin and number 9 challenge for the ball. Number 9 gets there. What's number 9's name? Lopez, okay. That's Diego Lopez. Well played to the near side. Clevenger, nice touch. Plays it in the middle behind Schumacher. Max Van Leer's there to get a touch. Goes wide to number 15, Wyatt Domlo. Ball out of play, throw in for the Gremlins in the attacking half. Knocked out of play again, another throw for the Gremlins. Down deep of the box. Throw to the edge. Nangle's able to deflect it off of the attack. That was number 10, Giovanni Cardenas. And it's out of play for a goal kick for the Cougars.
Here we go, White.
Who's number 6? Ryan Hill checking in the game for the Gremlins. As number 15, Wyatt Domlo takes a break. Noah Domlo gets the header up into the attack for Cardenas. Diego Lopez challenging on Hamlin. Hamlin able to play it out to the side. And a throw in for the Gremlins. Nangle sweeps it, gets it to Brandon Schumacher on the near side. Schumacher opens up, looking for an option, plays it to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger down the line to connect to Schumacher on the diagonal. Brandon Schumacher back to space, plays it across the box. Edson in there, gets it poked into the air. Ben Schumacher there to settle and turn. Schumacher makes a move, still on the ball, trying to get through the double. Gets it over to Brandon Schumacher. Lopez there to defend. Schumacher back into the middle, stolen away by number 11, Colt Canardi. Ball played in. Number 6, Ryan Hill on the run. Gets a touch as Ruben Brake defends. And ball cleared out for a throw-in for the Gremlins. Thrown into Cardenas. Shot deflected by Boney. Dunaway's there trying to make a move. Dunaway couldn't get it off his feet to clear. Stolen back by the Gremlins. Diego Lopez dropped back to Noah Domlo. Into the middle of the field, Ben Schumacher gets a touch, but too heavy, and Cardenas steals it back. Boney steps to clear. Sent back in by Robert Loddick. Into the corner. Lopez is able to win the cross. Boney, nice touch. And cleared away by Dunaway. Gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger connected to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher's able to turn. Cardenas with the back-footed clear. Or the steal. Gets it to Lopez. Back into the middle for Loddick. Nangle plays it out the sideline, and a throw upcoming for the Gremlins after the substitution. Lopez checking back out of the game as number 5, Carson Bench, checks back in. Bench started the game as left back. They quickly made an adjustment and moved him to the right side into more of a attacking midfield. And that's where he subbed back in as the right side. Ball in the middle, Ben Schumacher able to win it. Schumacher looking for space, carrying across. Being challenged by number 18. 18 new in the game. Ball deflected in the middle. Nangle's able to step in. Max Van Leer with the ball. Van Leer, the center back in that state quarterfinal game last year. Horton tries to clear, stolen away by Colt Canardi. Brandon Schumacher able to come back and win it. Schumacher looking for an option to release, gets it to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher drops back to Ruben Brake. Brake, nice touch wide to space. Ball down the line, deflected back into the middle to Colt Canardi, I'm sorry. Ball across, Dunaway gets a touch. Hamlin and Bench challenge for the ball. Hamlin's able to win it to the near side for Clevenger. Titus Clevenger looking for an option to play it over the top. To the top of the box. Pruitt Nice job by Pruitt. He actually came out of the box and then dropped back to grab it.
Hey, good run, Brandon.
Jaden Pruitt punts it back to the middle of the field. Horton steps and gets the touch, but Cardenas is there to win it. Stolen back by Dunaway to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger cuts it back. Gets it to Nangle in the middle. Nangle dropped to break. Ryan Hill came in for the challenge. Break's able to win it. Plays it down the line, but stolen back by Logan Howell. Colt Canardi with the ball. Switch of the field. Sending Carson Bench down the line as Hamlin's there defending. Hamlin's able to shield. Bench gets a touch on it, but plays it out the side of the goal, and it's a goal kick for the Cougars. Nixon Meningus back to the line, along with number 7 for the Gremlins, Malakari, back in the game. And number 15, Wyatt Domlo, checking back in for the Gremlins. Well played short to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin backspinning ball to the middle. Brandon Schumacher chasing along with Cash Canardi. Schumacher shielding and wins it for the throw-in for the Cougars. Schumacher takes a throw to Clevenger. Clevenger looking for an option. Plays into the middle. Van Leer gets a touch, but it goes to Meningus. Meningus into the box, plays it across for Schumacher. And nice step by Pruitt. Ben Schumacher lunged in to get a touch on it, but Pruitt's able to cut it off and make the save. Punt to the middle of the field. Horton wins it with his numbers on his back. Dunaway to Nangle, back to Boney. Boney drops back to Stewart. Stewart has pressure from number 7, Malakari. Over to Boney. Boney back across the middle. Stolen away by the Gremlins into an attack. Horton there to help. And offside flag is up on number 5, Carson Bench. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars off the offside call. Cougars got away with one there. The clear pass was to the open player on the wide wing, and we instead made a dangerous pass across the middle. Hamlin back to Dunaway. Hamlin makes a move on the defender, plays it into the middle, all the way back to Max Van Leer. Van Leer over to Colt Canardi. Whoop, heads up, heads up. Cash Canardi plays it in. Hamlin there to steal. Ball middle. Brandon Schumacher there plays it to the near side for Clevenger. Back in the middle of the field, goes through the first line. Falls to number 7, Malakari into the attack. Malakari wants to strike near post. Stewart gets the touch on it to play it out to the sideline, to the end line. Thanks, Lane. And it's a corner kick for, yeah, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. My umbrella blew off my stand. Back to operation now. Corner kick upcoming for the Gremlins. 2 players short. Stack at the top of the box. Ball on the ground to Malakari. Dropped all the way back to Wyatt Domlo. Into the middle, Ben Schumacher gets a touch and Dunaway clears. Into the middle of the field as Noah Domlo plays it back to the corner. Chased to the corner by Colt Canardi. Over to Wyatt Domlo. Domlo in. Boney goes for the challenge, and foul called on the challenge by Malakari. It's a free kick for the Cougars. Under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. No score. Jason Hamlin takes the free kick to the far side. First touched by number 12, Howell. Cleared away by Brake and a throw in for the Gremlins. Ball in the middle for Cardenas. Nixon Meningus tracks back to win it, looking for space. Meningus back to the keeper, Stewart. Stewart with time. Touch to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin one more to Clevenger. Dunaway making the run down the line as Clevenger carries. Clevenger back to the middle, plays it wide to Dunaway. Dunaway looking for an option. Challenge comes by bench. Hamlin plays it into the middle. Meningus there. Meningus with the touch as Max Van Leer clears it to the far side. Colt Canardi on the ball. Nangle steps into challenge and knocks it out of play. And it's a throw for the Gremlins after the substitution. Cooper Loddick back in the game as Carson Bench checks back out. All the way across the field, the Gremlins will take the throw. Cash Canardi with his left sends it. I'm sorry, that was Colt Canardi. Sends it in. Loddick gets a touch in the middle. Dunaway's there to receive it. Plays it to Nangle. Back in the air. Nangle to the near side. Hamlin gets a touch onto the run. Being challenged by Loddick. And cleared away by the back line, Noah Domlo. Sub for, or throw in for the Cougars. Clevenger back to Dunaway. Dunaway into the middle, deflected by Canardi. Domlo clears it. Dunaway settling with his chest. Loddick challenging as Hamlin carries. Domlo clears. Clevenger there makes the big switch across the field. Meningus is able to get a touch on it, cleared away by the Gremlins, and a throw for the Cougars. 5:30 left to play in the first half, no score. Yeah, we just said it there. I'll try to do it at half. Yeah, thank you. Ball played high into the air. Colt Canardi with the big switch across the field. Cooper Loddick to the ball. Plays it back into the middle for Malakari. Nice challenge by Horton. Plays it out to Clevenger. Titus Clevenger looking for Brandon Schumacher. Plays it too low as Domlo's there to steal. Ball back in the middle for Cardenas. Loddick on the run. Played into the middle. Horton's there. Nice touch to Dunaway. Dunaway has space. Dunaway makes through the first challenge. Guy on his back. Plays it back to Clevenger on the near side. Drop back to Hamlin. Hamlin across the field. Break makes a nice touch. Colt Canardi gets a step on it. Ben Schumacher back to the ball. Wide to Break. Break plays it in the middle, deflected away, and Max Van Leer steals for the Gremlins. Big ball to the far side. Horton's there to shield it out of play, and that's a throw for the Cougars. Ruben Break down to take the throw. Justin, drop! Ball thrown up ahead. Van Leer there. Over the top. Malakari to the ball. Horton defending. And looks like Horton got the deflection. It will be a corner kick upcoming for the Gremlins. .330 left to play here in the first half. No score. 2 players short again for the Gremlins to take the corner. Side spinning ball across. Stewart at the front, able to grab it out of the air. Stewart with the throw to the near side for Dunaway with room. Noah Domlo steps and plays it high into the air. Hamlin gets a touch. Clevenger there on the near side to track it down. Clevenger makes a nice touch around Cooper Loddick. Titus Clevenger down the line for Brandon Schumacher on the chase. Number 4, Cash Canardi. Schumacher into Clevenger at the top. Clevenger turns. Drop all the way back to Nangle. Nangle one more to break. Break over to Meningus, but off the mark, and it's a throw on the far side for the Gremlins after another substitution. What's number 1's name? Sam Diller in the game for the Gremlins. Gremlins into the attack. Horton makes a nice touch to steal. Plays it down the line. Meningus tries to get a touch over the top, but it's out of play first. And it's a throw back to the Gremlins. Nangle challenging on the ball with number 11, Colt Canardi. Sent back in by Howell. Carnidas all the way across to Loddick. Loddick takes the shot, and Stewart's there to make the save. Ball gets through Dunaway. Noah Domlo with the big switch all the way across the field, and that's going to roll out the far side. Throw in for the Cougars. Ribbon break there to take the throw. Plays it down the line. And that goes out of play back to the Gremlins. Ball into Colt Canardi, and Meningus comes into pressure. Gets it to break up ahead. Max Van Leer there. Brandon Schumacher comes to challenge. Van Leer plays it down the line. Colt Canardi gets through the challenge and plays it across the field. Cooper Loddick chases to the ball, able to get there. Clevenger in front to defend. Hamlin back to Clevenger. Clevenger able to win it back. Clevenger with space, looking for Schumacher. Schumacher looked like he got back in time, but that's probably going to be the last play. There's just 5 seconds left. We'll have to look at that on replay. Britt clears it away for the halftime whistle. And at the end of 40 minutes, it's tied 0-0, and we'll go into a halftime break and send you through the first half recap. We'll be back in 10 for the second half. All right, we're back to the field. 40 minutes on the clock, ready to start the second half. No, I'm good, thank you. Carson Bench will take the kickoff. Looks like he's in his third position of the day. Started as left back, moved to right wing, now playing in the middle. All right, that's whistle. We're underway. Second half, game tied at 0. Colt Canardi plays it down the line to the near side. And number 15, Wyatt Domlo, can't keep it in. It's a throw for the Cougars. Ribbon break there to take the throw. Domlo deflects. Nangle trying to get position. Nangle sweeps it to the far side, but Bench is there to steal. Leaves it for number 18. What's number 18's name? Is it Elmazan? Elmazan? Gremlins make a connection. That's Lopez on the ball. Nangle comes up to pressure on Colt Canardi. Able to clear. Edson on the near side. Plays it up to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher with a touch but can't control. And Robert Loddick comes in, steals it back to the far side. Offside call on the connection pass by Bench. Jason Hamlin there to take the free kick. Takes it with his left foot down the line. Headed into the air by Bench. Ben Schumacher coming to it. Trying to win possession. Robert Loddick defending. Ball comes to Max Van Leer in the middle of the field. Van Leer switched to into the attack to Almason in the middle of the field. To the near side for Logan Howell. Ball deflected. Nangle's there for it. Nangle plays it to space as Van Leer has time to settle.
Pressure, Jack, pressure. There you go.
Into the middle of the field for Colt Canardi. One more to Diego Lopez. Wide to Bench as Hamlin defends. Hamlin, nice step in to win it. Turns it wide. Down the line as Hamlin plays it back into the middle. Number 4, Cash Canardi on the run into the box. Actually just on the corner of the box. Boney in front to defend. Lopez sends it back in. Boney wins it and clears it away. Clevenger comes back to win it. Clevenger across the field. Edson there gets a nice touch to settle. Jax Edson tries to cut it through. Stolen back by Howell. Lopez looking for an option. Drops it back for the left-footed strike by Colt Canardi. And over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Steer with the backspin ball to the middle. Goes over the first line. Schumacher there on the chase. Schumacher gets to it. Being defended by Lear. Drops it to Clevenger. Tries to play it back into Schumacher, but behind him and all the way into the box for Jaden Pruitt to scoop up. Pruitt with the big punt to the far side. Goes over the first line. Boney chasing back. Bench there for the Gremlins. Boney gets a touch to the sideline to clear it out of play. And a throw in upcoming in the corner for the Gremlins. Diego Lopez, number 9, there to take the throw. Into Colt Canardi. Boney comes in to challenge, deflected off Canardi. Schumacher comes into pressure. Canardi back to the ball as he drops it back and couldn't keep it in. It's a throw in on the sideline for the Cougars. Jason Hamlin there to take the throw. Big throw up to Clevenger, who back heels it down the line. Colt Canardi there to steal, carrying across. Clevenger comes in to challenge. Robert Loddick gets a shot deflected by Dunaway. Goes to Schumacher, left for Clevenger. Clevenger in the middle, gets challenged by number 18, Almazan. Then Brandon Schumacher back to it, plays it on a switch to the near side. Van Leer there for the ball. Plays it up ahead to Wyatt Domlo. Back into the middle for Colt Canardi. Nangle comes in and makes the slide tackle. Clevenger looking to play Schumacher through just too direct, and Pruitt able to get it in the box. Pruitt over the top. Boney lets it bounce. Horton lets it bounce as it goes all the way into the box for Stewart to pick up. Stewart with the throw to the middle for Nangle. Wins it down with his chest. Drop to the near side for Break. Break down the line, coming right at us. And it's a throw in for the Gremlins. Into the middle of the field for Lopez. He has room to turn. Plays it all the way across for Bench. Hamlin steals as he plays it one touch down the line. Noah Damla there. Plays it back into the middle. All the way into the box. Horton shields as Stewart comes up to grab it. Rush Stewart setting up the attack. Punt back to the middle of the field. Damla with the good header. Brandon Schumacher there to steal. Schumacher connects to Clevenger. Clevenger looking for space. Lopez comes in. Clevenger stays on the ball. Switch to the near side for Edson. And foul called behind the play on the free kick on the clear by Clevenger. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Jason Hamlin coming up to take it for the Cougars. Hamlin looking to play it to the top of the box. 4 players for the Cougars at the top. All the way up to Ben Schumacher. Gets a deflection over to Clevenger. Clevenger back to the ball in the box. Tries to play Schumacher through. Ben Schumacher receives it to turn. Fighting for space. Leaves it for Brandon Schumacher. Strikes it near post. And Pruitt's right there to grab it for the Gremlins. No score. 33 minutes and 30 seconds left to play here in the second half. Ball in the middle of the field. Dunaway gets a touch. Break there to settle with his chest. Break over the top. Max Van Leer heads it down right to Dunaway, though. Dunaway shields. Looking for an option. Plays it across for Hamlin. Bench there to steal. Hamlin shields to win it back. The wide side for Clevenger. He's got room in front. Clevenger receives it on the turn. Carrying down the line as Hamlin makes the underlap. Back into the middle for Ben Schumacher. Schumacher makes a move on Canardi as he carries through, gets it to Clevenger. But swept away by Cash Canardi to the sideline, and a throw-in upcoming for the Cougars. Ball down the line. Clevenger there. Nice nutmeg by Clevenger as Schumacher gets it back to Clevenger. Played across. Van Leer there to head it away. Lopez there for the ball as Brandon Schumacher challenges. Out to Bench.
Stay with him, Ruben. Stay with him.
I'm sorry, that's Canardi. He plays it all the way into the box, and Stewart's there to pick it up. That was Colt Canardi on the send. Edson there as Logan Howell comes on the challenge. Howell wins it back to Van Leer. Van Leer over the top, back spinning ball. Horton with a nice touch to settle. Carries to the near side as Wyatt Domlo challenges. Domlo shields, plays it through the legs of Horton on the nutmeg, and Break clears it away to the sideline. Logan Howell there to take the throw. Almazan gets back to the ball, gets it across to Lopez. Diego Lopez wide to Bench. Bench plays it in, ball deflected. Boney gets a header away to Hamlin. Hamlin settles, drags it wide. Colt Canardi comes in to challenge and deflected off of the foot of Hamlin. It'll be a throw for the Gremlins. Nixon Meningus checking back in the game as Edson takes a break. Number 10, Cardenas. Number 7, Malakari.
Let's go, buddy. Come on.
And maybe just those two for the Gremlins subbing in. Ball to the top. Horton wins it, plays it up to Dunaway. Dunaway receives, trying to turn. Deflected away by Cardenas. Canardi gets a touch in to number 7, Malakari. Played wide to Bench. Bench on the ground across. Horton's there and leaves it for Stewart to pick up. Good communication by the back line for the Cougars. Top spinning ball. Cash Canardi wins it over to bench, into the middle for Colt Canardi. Across the field, Cardenas back to Canardi, played on the 1-2. Horton's there to read it and swoops it out to the sideline, throwing for the Gremlins. Logan Howell down to take the throw. Plays it short for Colt Canardi. Down the line for Cardenas, but too heavy and out of play. Goal kick upcoming for the Cougars. 30 minutes to play, still no score. Rush Stewart there to take the kick, plays it short to Nangle with space. Nangle turns, plays it on the ground to Clevenger, connects, tries to one-touch into Schumacher. Van Leer reads it, plays it back in the middle. Nangle gets back to it, but stolen back by Lopez. Lopez into the attack. Brandon Schumacher comes in to win it. Stolen away by Malakari, and he wins the shot.
Way to be, Brandon.
Restart with the drop ball to Stewart. Punting back to the middle of the field. Bounces over Van Leer. Howell's there. Plays it back into the middle. Canardi tries to turn, gets it to the far side for bench. Hamlin comes in to challenge. Hamlin with room to carry. Bench steps in. Plays it back wide. Brandon Schumacher there to win it back. Schumacher with room in front. Schumacher thinks about the strike. Trying to find space. Cash Canardi there. Falls to Dunaway. Dunaway the switch to the near side for Brake. Ruben Brake gets a touch ball deflected back to Van Leer. Brake back to the ball. Brake with his left puts it towards the goal, but not enough on it, and Pruitt's there to gather it up.
Good job, Ruben.
Pruitt with a big punt over the top, all the way into the box, and Stewart there on the side of the box able to grab it. The wind is in the Gremlins' favor this half. Top spinning ball to the middle, bouncing ball, Ben Schumacher there. Cash Canardi plays it up ahead to bench. Wide to Colt Canardi. With his left, up ahead to bench, running down the line. Bench sends the cross in at the top of the box. Diego Lopez gets ahead on it, and goal kick upcoming for the Cougars. All right, goal kick upcoming. Rush Stewart there to take it. Goes through Noah Domlo. Cash Canardi there to clear it out the sideline, deflected off of Clevenger. It's a throw for the Gremlins. Colt Canardi on the ball. Brandon Schumacher comes up to challenge. Schumacher with a little too much up top and a pushing foul. Free kick for the Gremlins. Back spinning ball over the top. Stewart there to grab it out of the air. Stewart top spinning ball to the near side. Meningus shielding, able to turn on Howell. Plays it through for Schumacher to chase. Powell at the top of the box, out of the box, and clears it out the sideline. I said Powell, I meant Pruitt. Jaden Pruitt cleared it out for the Gremlins. Brake takes the throw, and Ben Schumacher in the box. Schumacher trying to turn. Van Leer wins it back. Van Leer switching the field across to bench. Colt Canardi with space, playing bench through. Ben Bandy in the game. I didn't even see Ben sub in. He must have subbed in on the last goal kick. Horton touches it away. Up to Brandon Schumacher, who connects to Clevenger. Clevenger with room in front. Noah Domlo defending. Clevenger carrying down the line. Domlo still in front. Colt Canardi comes in on the double and steals. Clevenger challenging back, ball loose as the ball is out of play, and it's a throw for the Cougars on the sideline. Clevenger quickly into Ben Schumacher, who settles and turns. Back to Clevenger. Clevenger all the way back to Ben Bandy on the back line. Bandy into the middle for Nangle. Lopez steps. Nangle's able to shield to win it. Gets it over to Horton. Horton one touch up to Dunaway. Balls to Brandon Schumacher, who plays it over the top to Meningus. Van Leer and Meningus go in the air. Van Leer gets the touch. And too much on the shoulder for Meningus. Gets called for the foul. Free kick for the Gremlins. Lopez drops to Colt Canardi. Brandon Schumacher challenging for the ball. Schumacher's able to steal in the midfield, looking for Dunaway. Dunaway through, gets past Cash Canardi, plays it into Clevenger, but too shallow as Noah Domlo clears it away. Nangle gets a touch, cleared away by number 22, Robert Loddick. High into the air as Brake gets a touch but can't control. Cardenas into the attack, setting up the shot. Brake comes back to cover, all the way across to Lopez. Diego Lopez settles, trying to get to his right foot, takes the shot and sends it well over the goal. And it's a goal kick upcoming for the Cougars. Just over 23 left to play. Carson Bench and Diego Lopez take a seat. And Brandon Schumacher will also take a seat for the Cougars as Spencer Jackson subs in the game. Number 18, Christian Almazan, back in the game for the Gremlins. Ball to the far side. Also number 15, Wyatt Domlo, checked in the game. Noah Domlo takes a throw in. Colt Canardi there, looking to turn. Plays it in with his left. Horton gets a deflection. Balls to Malakari. Takes the strike with his right foot and well over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Cougars with a little position adjustment as Brandon Schumacher subbed out. Jackson went to the left wing. Oh, Titus Clevenger subbed out too. Let's see, who was the other sub? Not sure. Ben Schumacher's gone to the attacking mid. Clevenger's, oh no, there's Clevenger. He's up top as the striker. Spencer Jackson gets a touch back to the middle for Ben Schumacher. Got back to Brake on the left side. Brake plays it into the middle. Balls to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher chips it over the top for Clevenger. Titus Clevenger trying to turn, stolen back by Cash Canardi. Canardi plays it wide, over to Wyatt Domlo, connecting to Almazan, who tries to one-touch it back wide, mistouch as Brake comes in to steal. Brake clears down the line. Spencer Jackson will chase. Number 8, Noah Domlo there. Drops it back to the keeper, Pruitt. Pruitt with time, challenged by Jackson. Played it, backspin ball back into the middle of the field. Almazan wide to Domlo. Brake still on the ball. Wyatt Domlo deflects it off of Brake. Ball still in. Brake across the box. Van Leer heads it down, but right to Clevenger. Clevenger from the top wants the strike, but sends it well over the goal. And it's a goal kick for the Gremlins. 21 minutes to play in the second half, no score.
Pick it off, D, you're good.
Pruitt takes the goal kick to the near side. Number 10, Cardenas plays it up to Malakari. Malakari on the ball, plays it in, into the box in the corner. Wyatt Domlo chasing, gets there before it goes out. Ball deflected by a break, and it's a corner kick for the Gremlins.
You're good.
Two players short for the Gremlins. That's number 10, Cardenas, and number 11, Colt Canardi. Four-man stack at the top. Side spinning ball to the back post. Boney gets a touch. Ball's loose, and it's wide of the goal. Ball deflected. It's ruled a corner kick back to the near side for the Gremlins. Take a look at that on replay as that ball came in. Boney tracks his man Van Leer, and ball hits Boney right to an opportunity for number 7, I believe it was, of the Gremlins, Malakari. Okay, back to the action. Canardi back post, and a great goal for the Gremlins to take the lead 1-0.
Hey, we're good. Head up, head up, head up. Block. Block. Hey, boys, you still got 19 minutes. Let's go. Plenty of time. Win that ball.
All right, restart of play.
Look it down.
Schumacher plays it down for Meningus. Meningus to the corner. Howell there defending. Meningus back to Nangle. Nangle with some space, top of the box, tries to play it across and deflected by Colt Canardi. Pruitt, big punt over the top. Wyatt Domlo heads it back in. Boney clears it away. And it's a corner kick. Corner kick in. Across and wide of the goal, goal kick. All right, restart on the goal kick. Stewart with a punt to the middle of the field. An angle into the air. Dunaway there to shield. Ball's loose to Clevenger. Clevenger plays it over the top. Into Meningus, and offside call on Meningus. Let's take a look at that on replay if we can. Take a look as Meningus makes the run. And very hard to tell there. Free kick upcoming for the Gremlins. Van Leer takes the free kick, back spinning ball into the middle. Over the top of Boney. Boney actually got a little deflection, and it goes into the box for Stewart. Hamlin plays it down the line for Meningus. Meningus back to Clevenger. Clevenger looking in. Clevenger carries to the corner. Looking to send it across. Ball in for Hamlin, headed in the air by Canardi. And Schumacher there. Drops it back to Dunaway, stolen away by Almazan, headed by number 7, Malakari. Challenge for the ball. Ball up to Almazan. Plays it in for Wyatt Domlo. Gets the strike deflected by, oh, no deflection ruled, and it's out for a goal kick for the Cougars. Visible clock. Hey, that's just the rules. It's an illegal action. The clock has to be correct. That shouldn't be controversial. Brake wins the ball. Plays it through to Clevenger. Clevenger still on the ball. Canardi comes on the challenge. Ben Schumacher back to the ball. Swept away by Canardi and out of play. Actually, Brake got a deflection on that. It's a throw in for the Gremlins after the substitution. Carson Bench subs in the game. Brandon Schumacher checking back in the game also for the Cougars as Spencer Jackson subs out. Now Adamo, big throw into the corner for Bench. Bench can't keep it in. Goal kick for the Cougars. Max Van Leer wins it all the way back to Pruitt. Pruitt punts it back into the middle of the field. An angle there to settle. Angle on the carry. Plays it to space over to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher wants a strike. Takes it from 35, far post. And Pruitt's there to scoop it up. Ball falls to Malakari, pushes off, no call.
He only has a right foot.
Bench chips it in. Hamlin there, and Stewart comes up to grab it for the Cougars. Stewart quickly out to Hamlin on the near side with room to run. Hamlin still on the ball. Being challenged by Canardi, gets through the challenge. Hamlin across to Ben Schumacher. Loddick defending over to Brandon Schumacher. Back in, deflected off of Ben's back and cleared away by Domlo.
Good run, Casey.
Will be a throw-in for the Cougars. Jax Edson checking in the game as Meningus subs out. Stewart takes the throw into Clevenger. Drop to Horton. Horton to Hamlin. Hamlin into the attack. Phil Canardi defending. Hamlin gets through all the way to the top of the box. Hamlin with the left and puts it center goal where Pruitt's able to make the save. Pruitt top spinning ball. Dunaway first to touch. Has space in the middle. Lopez comes to challenge. Gets it to Hamlin. Hamlin settles. Plays it wide to Edson. Howell comes in to challenge. Canardi gets it up to Carnitas. Touched by Malakari to Carnitas, stolen by Horton. Back to Carnitas. To Malakari, I'm sorry. heavy challenge and foul called on Nangle.
That's the same thing other ways, Bob. Buddy. I got you. What do I got?
Free kick for the Gremlins.
Whoa, whoa, hey!
Max Van Leer there to take the free kick. Sent to the far side. Ball bounces, breaks, able to sweep it up to Brandon Schumacher. Bench comes to challenge. Schumacher stays on the ball. Actually knocked out of play by the Gremlins, throwing for the Cougars. 10 minutes left to play. I actually don't know the correct time. They're refusing to show the correct time on the clock, so I'm going to stay with my broadcast clock. Throw in for the Cougars after the deflection. Grayson Crumrine to take the throw. Up to Clevenger. Clevenger shoulders it up to Brandon Schumacher. Back into the middle of the field. Robert Loddick clears it to the sideline. Another throw for the Cougars. Crumrine there to take the throw. Up to Ben Schumacher. Dunaway gets a touch back to Horton. Horton looking to switch the field to the near side. Jacks Edson back to the ball. Edson tries to play it in through space. Van Leer steals. Number 6 is Ryan Hill. Drop back for Canardi, who plays it over the top for Lopez. Horton's there first and plays it to, plays it to the near side for Edson. Edson back in the middle. Nangle gets a touch to Hamlin. Hamlin plays it over the top for Clevenger, deflected by Van Leer, and all the way into the box for Pruitt to grab.
Hey, we're going to get one. We're going to get one. Let's go. Come on.
Pruitt with a big punt over the top. Stewart gets it on the bounce, plays it back into the middle. Bouncing over the top. Touch stolen by Ben Schumacher. Schumacher plays it over to Clevenger. Nice step by Howell and cleared back to the middle of the field. Canardi with the good through ball.
Get back.
Chased by number 1. That's Samuel Diller. Crumrine defending. Grayson Crumrine able to clear. Back to the middle. Colt Canardi there to receive. Up to Cardenas. Cardenas switches it over to Diller. Crumrine there to challenge. Cardenas back to the ball. Over to Diller. Diller tries the 1-2. Crumrine reads it and deflects. Loose ball. Boney clears it up to Brandon Schumacher. Sent back in by the Gremlins. That's number 8, Noah Domlo. Domlo again over the top. And that's going to roll into the box for Stewart to pick up.
Right here. Go!
Top spinning ball in the middle of the field. Van Leer heads it back into the attack for Cardenas. Cardenas with his left in just a little bit wide of Lopez.
Right here. Come on.
Stewart plays it out to Edson. Edson touches and drops to Horton, but wide of the frame and out of play, throwing back to the Gremlins. Nixon Meningus checking back in the game, along with 2 players for the Gremlins, number 7, Malakari, and number 5, Carson Bench. Malakari is a senior. Domlo with the big throw in all the way across. Boney's able to sweep it away. Back to the middle of the field. Settle down with the chest by Cash Canardi. Threw it out of the box, plays it into the air. Noah Domlo there. Clevenger comes on the challenge. Domlo over the top. And all the way into the box for Stewart to grab. Stewart throws it out to the near side. Colt Canardi gets there first, plays it back in. Dangerous ball at the top. And Stewart's able to get it before Malakari can get there. Stewart back to the middle of the field with the side spinning punt. Cash Canardi gets a touch, and Dunaway's there. Canardi plays it wide for Bench. Bench gets a touch back to the middle. Carnitas comes onto the ball and plays it down to the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars. All right, clock. Stopping the clock for the substitutions under 5 minutes. We need to figure out what the official clock is. Ball back in the middle of the field. Dunaway steals, plays the through ball. Meningus on the run. Howell plays it to the middle. Ben Schumacher steals. Schumacher in the attack. Takes the strike off of Van Leer. Schumacher back to it in the box. Goes down and cleared away by the Gremlins. Loddick down the line. Stolen by Hamlin. Hamlin back into Brandon Schumacher. Van Leer there with the left. Clears it. Back spinning ball. Nangle heads it down. Carnitas back to Colt Canardi, who plays it over the top, but too direct. And Stewart's there to pick it up. Quickly out to Horton. Evan Horton on the ball. Horton quickly to Hamlin on the near side. Hamlin touches through the double. Back into the middle for Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher with space. Plays it in. Van Leer with a nice touch. Van Leer clears it to the near side and a throw for the Cougars.
Go, Evan, go!
Horton takes the throw. Out on Cooper Loddick. Another throw for the Cougars. Horton quickly into Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher challenging with Loddick. Clevenger there to track back to it. Loddick defending. To the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin carrying down the line. Being defended by Noah Domlo. Hamlin trying to get to the corner and out of play, throwing for the Cougars. Cougars back in. Hamlin to Clevenger. Clevenger makes a move to the corner, back to Hamlin. Hamlin across the box. Nangle steps as number 10, Carnitas, gets the touch. Max Van Leer clears up to Malakari. Stolen by Dunaway. Dunaway into Brandon Schumacher trying to turn. Van Leer again is able to clear. All the way back to Krumrine. Krumrine steps. Malakari on the ball into the attack. Boney dropping. Horton coming in to help. Malakari still on the ball. Gets to his right foot, takes the shot, and sends it over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars, and we have 2:51 on the official clock. We'll get it down to that time. Substitution in the last 5 minutes by the leading team does cause the clock to stop. So back to the restart of play. Van Leer heads it all the way back to the top of the box. Boney gets a touch. Bench steals. Carson Bench trying to get to the sideline, or to the end line, I should say. Plays it across, and Stewart's there to pick it up for the Cougars. Stewart with a punt to the near side. Clevenger and Domlo challenge for the ball. Stolen by Wyatt Domlo. Clevenger comes in and makes the tackle. And a throw in for the Gremlins. Domlo leaves it for his brother Noah to come down. Domlo into the corner. Malakari there. Hamlin gets a touch on it. Wyatt Domlo and Clevenger. And a throw in for the Cougars. Clevenger takes the throw off of Domlo. Another throw for the Cougars. Hamlin takes the throw. Up ahead to Ben Schumacher, trying to turn. Schumacher gets past the challenge on Noah Domlo. Schumacher carrying to the corner. Looking to get to the edge. Plays the ball across. It's there and swept away by Colt Canardi. Ball to Crumrine. And out the end line, back to a goal kick for the Gremlins. Just over a minute left to play. Gremlins leading over the Cougars 1-0. Back into the middle of the field. Boney drops back to Stewart. Stewart, good ball over the top from Meningus. Meningus gets the header into the attack. Meningus into the corner. Ball played across. Good ball in the air. Clevenger and Schumacher there. Headed in the air by Noah Domlo. Clevenger goes for the bicycle kick. Schumacher for the header. Van Leer's able to head it away and cleared by the Gremlins. 30 seconds left. Stewart lets it come into the box to pick up. Stewart punts it back into the middle of the field. Colt Canardi first to touch. Ball falls to Boney. Boney tries to play it in. Meningus there. Meningus makes the touch in. Looking for an option. Meningus over to Hamlin. Hamlin at the top. Plays it in for Crumrine. Cleared away by Van Leer. Boney steps. 4 seconds left. And that's going to do it for the game. Final score, Gremlins 1, Cougars 0. All right. All right, that's all we have for the varsity game. We will put 10 minutes on the clock for the JV warm-up, and then we'll be back for the JV match. We'll send you through the second half recap as we take a break.